Well, it's finally time for the big shakeup being confirmed over at the DC Universe movie franchise, whatever you want to call it, the DCEU, I think. Uh, I don't know how much of this stuff is actually meant to be as a universe that's cohesive and all that. And I think people are putting a little too much on that kind of, uh, what do you want to call it, continuity between movies. It's kind of gotten ridiculous since the Avengers. We kind of see this Star Wars Dave Filoni extended universe going on as well. It's kind of just making these shows really difficult to watch because you know that these shows really don't stand on their own. You have to like watch all these interconnected things, but that's another rant for another time. People are getting fired finally, and especially the big one is Ezra Miller. Now, we knew he was going to get fired because he is a creep and he did weird things over the last couple years, which are just absurd. The guy's got major problems. He appears to be a drug addict. He appears to have lots of other issues that are pent up, and it just distracts from things. It's made him an unwatchable person in general. It was weird casting for The Flash anyway, honestly, because having watched that movie, oh my gosh, it was like Pee Wee Herman was playing The Flash. I really didn't understand it. The guy from the TV show before was so much better, and I don't know why they didn't just go in that direction with it, but hey, I guess they wanted to try to make their own stamp and subvert expectations, and that always ends up being the problem. Now, I'm worried a little bit, of course, that James Gunn is going to do the exact same thing, try to subvert expectations. You see him doing weird properties like The Authority rather than actually sticking with the main DCU property people who, really haven't been developed all that well. I mean, we had one decent Aquaman movie, we had one decent Wonder Woman movie, and we had no good Flash movies. These are kind of the main characters. And what about the Green Lantern? How come we're not seeing anything like that? Very odd. But in addition to Ezra Miller's being, of course, ousted, and of course that noted, Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa will not be reprising their roles in the James Gunn universe either. Now, this comes as no surprise. I mean, if you look at the Wonder Woman 1984, which came out, that was universally panned. It lost them a lot of money. There's no way going forward from that. They totally destroyed what they had going from the first movie. It was very sad. And with Jason Momoa, of course, having Amber Heard as like kind of one of the lead actors in there just makes it something that's not going to work at all. Now, Jason Momoa, I think, got a pass a little bit on Aquaman just because it was a watchable film to begin with. I don't think he really did a spectacular job or anything like that. And if you look at it, it is a race swap situation where people ignored it. And so it was something that like was not going to be sustainable going forward because, of course, people don't like that kind of thing. And we're a lot more sensitive now than when Aquaman came out because they're doing it with every freaking franchise with this race swapping, gender swapping nonsense all across the board. And so it's probably for the better. All of these properties are things that are best swept under the rug. If we got a couple decent films out of it with the original Aquaman and, of course, the original Wonder Woman, that's about as far as it was going to go. But the team movies were disasters as well. And so it's better to get rid of this stuff. And it especially helps them to get rid of Ezra Miller, who's just a total train wreck for publicity as far as it goes to begin with anyway. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.